All right, what do we got? We have creature, we have hammer, we have no way to equip the hammer. Let's mull. Okay, this hand is gas. We're just missing a secondary white source for the Puresteel Paladin. I think we probably get rid of Steelshaper's Gift. We're going to keep for sure. Let's see here. We want to keep the plains, keep the hammer, keep the mystic, probably keep the paladin and the other two lands. It's definitely between the Blinkmoth and the Steelshaper's Gift as what to go. I think maybe the Blinkmoth, because Steelshaper's Gift can go get the Paradise Mantle. Yeah. We're thinking of the same card. I'll figure it out later, whatever it is. Polluted Delta from the opponent. We get Path to Exile. Let's put a Stoneforge Mystic down. I think we go for the secondary hammer here. I think that the boots might have been okay there as well. Okay, so they've put they shocked the breeding pool in. But our plays aren't going to be that impressive this turn. So we could cast the Puresteel Paladin, but I don't think it's worthwhile to cast it into whatever they're holding up. Yeah, we had a pretty bad league there that we just finished. People are prepared. They are prepared for Hammer now. Okay, so they have 3 mana. Could be holding up Archmage Charm. Making our plays awkward here. Oh, no kidding. So what did the name end up being? And thank you kindly. Oh, I don't have the links enabled there, friend. Sorry. Where was I? I think I was thinking about casting a Puresteel Paladin into this madness. Fair enough. I just really wish that we had a more aggressive board here. I think I'm just going to go get the Lurrus. We have plenty of artifacts here. We'll be safe to crack the Mishra's Bauble, and if we cast the Lurrus, Bauble will be good. Well, I guess we can't be too impatient with them here. We do take quite a bit of time on our turns. Our clock is way lower than theirs. Yep. And I think that we might be one of those players playing Inquisition in the near future. Definitely looking at picking Rakdos Shadows back up. And of course, the Yawgmoth combo. Always interested in playing that deck. Sunken Hollow coming up. Well, they have 2 basic lands, so that'll come into play untapped next turn. Looks like some kind of Uro pile. Oh, there's Uro. No mana to path it. Esper Shadow Hate Bears. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Alright, so they have 2 mana. Ooh, we draw Sigarda's Aid. Just wish that we had some lands here. Cast the Memnite. Yeah, we're just off. We needed a land. And if we play the Sigarda's Aid, we can't play the Puresteel Paladin. Maybe I'm supposed to play Paladin this turn then. So that I can get a Sigarda's Aid under a counterspell next turn. And if the Paladin resolves, that's pretty decent. Maybe I should have played the Hammer first. Because now they could play Removal Spell on the Paladin. I get very greedy with my Paladins. I want to draw cards with them. And this is what happens because of it. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. Currently 5 lands. They could easily go up to 6. But they got to be careful. Because we have Inkmoth Nexus. With Sigarda's Aid and Hammer here, we can win, you know, in a single swing. Okay, there's the land we were looking for, but now they are fully untapped on mana. Whatever we throw onto the field is going to get countered. But if we play the Sigarda's Aid, maybe we can play the Lurrus afterwards and get some value with Mishra's Bauble. Okay, Sigarda's Aid resolves. They gotta have something, though. It doesn't even unequip, but you have to, like, tap the creature, right? So you can't use a summoning sick creature to do it. Still, being able to destroy equipments in this economy seems fine. How am I going to run this? I think I'd probably attack with Ornithopter. Okay. Oh, right. Stoneforge Mystic could have just, like, put the hammer on without worrying about counter magic. The problem is that they might be able to steal my creature as it's attacking, so I don't really want to hammer up these dudes. Archmage Charm, can that work on Inkmoth Nexus? No, right? Because it's going to say non-land permanent. It's not going to say creature. Cryptic Command, and they return the Inkmoth Nexus. Brutal. Don't get to play it even? But it's turn 6. I only have 2 lands in play. How can I not play my Inkmoth Nexus? Just double checking there. It is 1 or less, but it does say non-land permanent. Okay, so they have 2 mana up. We have 1 hammer. Oh, and they have Field of the Dead now? Cranial Plating. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Really kind of bugging me that this Paradise Mantle is on the Stoneforge Mystic here. If it was on the Ornithopter, we could activate the Nexus and then use Stoneforge Mystic to put the hammer on it. So we wouldn't have to cast the hammer. That's brutal. 2 mana, they could have like Mana Leak, Remand. Oh, well, this is going to be the one opportunity to go for it, so... Yep. Yeah, Decay can hit the hammer as well. That's probably what they have. Oh, it's sick. I'm such an idiot. Oh my god. All right. Yes. Capapi. It's a little bit like, in fact, a little bit like Baugle's. Okay, so they did have the counterspell. So yeah, the Stoneforge Mystic would have been quite nice to move things around. And if the Inkmoth Nexus wasn't a creature, we could move the Paradise Mantle to the Ornithopter. But I'm a big dummy. I mean like Baugle's in the sense that you're suiting up your creature with pants so that your 1/1 or whatever becomes this immense monstrosity. However, unlike Hexproof, your creatures generally are going to be able to be targeted. We have Swiftfoot Boots in order to give them Hexproof and haste, but that isn't something that comes up very often. Satyr Sith, thanks for the follow. So now they got all their lands untapped. And their 3 hands are going to be super, super good because they've been brainstorming with Jace. Okay. So I can right-click to see which is which. Satyrsmith with a sub. All right. You just came by, and you're already subbed. Well, thank you very much. I think we pretty much just have to go for it and hope they have nothing, because we've lost our Lurrus. The longer this game goes on, the more cards the opponent is going to draw. Okay. Activate this one, tap this one. So we should have the one that is not sick. Okay. Attack you. Attack Jace. All right. I've really enjoyed playing the Death and Taxes League. I'm glad you enjoyed watching them. And we only have 2 mana. Okay. Bring in Defense Grid. Take out Path. Oh, because I've been tilting. So I just haven't been playing properly. We even spoke about using that earlier. So, I mean, obviously that was the right thing to do. Kaburb. Sorry, friends. I just haven't been playing very well today. We're gonna keep on going though. We're gonna get the experience in, and we're going to learn from my mistakes so that all of you can do better. That is the hope. I mean, y'all wouldn't be sticking around, right? If you weren't getting something out of it. There is a lot of content available to choose from, so thanks for sticking around here and watching some of the Hammer Time. Nice. Breakfast sandwich. Staying for the vibe and the chillness? We got some of that. Even if we don't have wins, we got chill. It is smoothie time. I'm going to miss out on my smoothie today. I suppose around 10:30 I could take a break. Oh no! That's really easy to do on Moto too. Super, super easy to do. I mean, you play Magic long enough, you make mistakes. And this is one of the reasons why you won't see me on the pro circuit. I make a little bit more than my fair share. But I just love this game. Cannot get enough of it. Alright, what do we got? We got 2 lands. Defense Grid, Hammer, Paladin. This hand is great. We are missing the second white source. Kaburb, thanks for the follow. Sticking around for a while. Nice. Thanks, Parks, for the follow. All right, we're getting a bit of a train here going. So I think I want to play the Memnite, and I probably actually want to put the Hammer into play right now, because I'm going to be using Puresteel Paladins to equip it. And, you know, Handsome knows a thing about good-looking hands. Whew, we're on game 2, and we're at 13 minutes left on the clock. I've been a bit distracted this match, game 1, so I'm going to have to focus a little bit more on playing this properly and quickly. Step 1, draw better. That's always the step. All right, we're going to put the defense grid down. Let's see if they have Spell Snare. Nope. Nice. Resolves. That's what I like to see. Resolve defense grid. So spice. Yeah, exactly. What's your Force of Negation doing now? Whole lot of nothing. Okay, so we got Paradise Mantle. We can put the Paradise Mantle onto the Memnite, and that will allow us to put the Puresteel Paladin into play. It does mean that our Puresteel Paladin will be exposed to their removal, but I think we might just put the hammer on the Memnite. And then we'll put the Paradise Mantle onto the Puresteel Paladin, so that the Memnite can attack and Puresteel can make mana. Yep. That is definitely going to be one of the options next turn, depending on what they do. If they aren't able to take care of the Puresteel Paladin, I will probably kill him with Inkmoth Nexus on turn Turn 4. Collingy with a follow. All right. Getting a bunch of follows today. Follows and subs. Choo choo. Get on the train. Opponent using some of their clock there. They have a lot of time on the clock, so that's totally fair for them to use all the time that they need. I know, right? Doing all that work ourselves. And another follow. More 96. Thanks, friend. What a Wednesday indeed. I mean, any Wednesday. Okay, what do we got here? Blood Chief's Thirst. Okay, so they are killing the Puresteel Paladin here. That means we won't be able to equip the Inkmoth Nexus. And that's fine. We'll just attack for 11, I think. Another Colossal Hammer. Nice islands. Which islands you get? Okay, so I gotta think about what I'm gonna do here. So the only way to play the Puresteel Paladin is to tap the Memnite, and we're not into that. So I think we probably just play Cranial Plating, attack for 11. Land off the top is going to be good. Specifically plains. What else is going to be good? We are still in a fairly precarious position here, and they've put the Thirst on top of their deck, so they can just draw that card and kill our Memnite. Yeah. Interesting that they didn't think to take our Memnite. They would have had an 11/11. Okay, so we're left with nothing. We could attack with Inkmoth Nexus, deal 1 Infect. If we had one more land, we could put Cranial Plating on it, which wouldn't be terrible, but we don't. I think we'll just Mishra's Bauble our opponent and call it a day. Well, I would need something else to equip it to, and 8 mana, or Puresteel Paladin. So it would be tricky. Unglued Islands, good choice. Collector Oof. Okay. So that means the Puresteel Paladin isn't good anymore. We're no longer playing the Outfitter, so we need Sigarda's Aid. Don't have Path in the deck anymore. And then you can even play Fatal Push with the mana they have up. Oh, I should have got Lurrus instead. Yeah, instead of using the Steelshaper's Gift. That was wrong. Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, I've heard. Steelshaper's gift went up in value a lot because of this deck. It was only printed once, right? No, cancel that. I want the Lurrus. Okay, so we found the Sigarda's Aid. We're just missing one more mana. Let's cast the Sigarda's Aid, see if it sticks. And then maybe we can win next turn? No, they have the counter magic and the mana to pay for defense grid. We don't have the mana for Mana Leak. But we still have Lurrus get back Sigarda's Aid, draw another Sigarda's Aid off the top. The clock isn't exactly ticking along here. But of course they get Mystic Sanctuary, which means they get to put Mana Leak back on top. So they'll draw Mana Leak for turn, and they'll be able to counter my next spell. Okay, going to put Puresteel Paladin into play here. It's not going to be able to allow me to equip anything. The equipped costs are 0, but I still can't activate artifacts. And they have the Fatal Push for the Paladin. And they were able to keep the Mana Leak. So I think we're pretty much in garbage time here. Alright, I'm done with this. We have the Sigarda's Aid, we have the Hammer, Inkmoth Nexus. This hand looks fine. Let's keep. Our opponent plays Basic Forest Aether Vial. That's an interesting one too. Basic Forest into Aether Vial. Stomping Grounds, tapped, and nothing. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we'll pass here. Okay. 3 mana for a 1/1. Grab a forest, put it onto the battlefield. So they're doing some sort of ramping thing. Another Aether Vial. Well, unless they can block a flyer, they're dead. I mean, this 2 mana Aether Vial could definitely do something, but I'm going for the win here. Okay, turn 3. That's how you do it. So we can win. It's possible. We didn't really see a lot of what the opponent was doing. It looks like they're using the Aether Vial to cheat creatures into play, obviously, and ramp. But what is their payoff? What are they trying to actually do? Are they casting spells or creatures? Should I bring in Path to Exile? Do I want Pithing Needle? I don't know enough about what they're doing to properly sideboard here. Fairly confident I don't want the Swiftfoot Boots. So maybe we'll just bring in a Pithing Needle here to name Aether Vial. And if we're bringing in one, we probably want to bring in two. We'll take out a Memnite because it looks like they're going to have a lot of ground creatures. And I think we'll stick with this for now. We'll have a better idea of what to do if our opponent shows us more cards. So we have one land. It does not create white mana. We do have Hammer and Puresteel Paladin, but like I said, we have 0 white mana. I think a random 6 is going to be better than this, but then again, we have Memnite Paradise Mantle. I think I'm actually supposed to keep this. And we have the Mishra's Bauble to draw an extra land. Let's keep. It's really risky. Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what I was thinking. Okay. Play Memnite. Play Bauble. Play Mantle. Play Nexus. Equip Mantle. And that's a turn. We'll do the Bauble and the upkeep thing because the card draw isn't going to do anything on their turn. And it's a habit that I like to be. Okay, so they're getting the Aether Vial right on time. And of course, by that, I'm being facetious. Wall of Omens. So curious, what is the opponent doing? Plains, please. One of your finest plains. So we can play the plains, play the Puresteel Paladin, play the hammer, draw a card, and put the hammer onto the Paladin, making it immune to fire damage. Draw a card. Ornithopter, nice. Cast that. And then we'll put the hammer on the Ornithopter. Because it's a less juicy target than the Puresteel Paladin. We have nothing else to do, so we pass. We could like move the Paradise Mantle around, but that's not really going to fly. Our other creatures are summoning 6, so there's no point. Aether Vial. Okay, so they have white mana up, 6 cards in hand. They could have Path to Exile. I don't want to throw my Inkmoth Nexus into that. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how I want to play around that, and we ended up drawing Colossus Hammer. So what we could do is we attack with one of the Nexus with a hammer on it with flying. And then we also attack with Ornithopter, so we're also pressuring their life total. All right, let's just see which one. Okay, that's newly controlled, so we'll tap that for mana. Play another hammer. Get a Stoneforge Mystic, okay. Equip Hammer to Nexus. Give Nexus flying. And attack. Okay, so it looks like they do have the path. So we'll still have an Inkmoth Nexus. And we get an extra land. And they're going for the block. Yes, we can. Inkmoth Nexus is a special case. If you activate it after the hammer has been equipped to it, it will regain flying. It's timestamps, weird stuff. Yep, that's what I was thinking. A lot of Aether cards. Alright. Let's see here. I think then when we just go ahead and equip this here and pass the turn. We have nothing to do on the opponent's turn. I'm just going to hit 6. Save on our clock. Okay, another blocker, so they're dead. We can do the Inkmoth Nexus thing again. Yeah, we win. So we have Hammer, we have Nexus, but we don't have any way to equip. I guess so. Yep, you're right. Better than living with stranglers. I think that a random 6 is going to be better than this. I'm going to mull. Way, way better. We'll just get rid of Swiftfoot Boots. We could get rid of Cranial Plating. Opponent has shown Lurrus, so we don't know if they're on Hammer Time or if they're on Rakdos Shadows. I think I'm going to get rid of the Swiftfoot Boots, though. Ah, that's close. Maybe the Cranial Plating's the one to go. If it's Shadows, I should keep the Boots. If it's Hammer Time, I should keep the Plating. I'm gonna keep the Boots. Keeping the Boots. Rakdos is a very difficult matchup. Oh, it looks like it's Burn. Yep, we're playing against Burn. Also a difficult matchup. We got the Memnite, though. So Memnite's actually going to be great here. We can just go ahead and suit it up with a hammer and start attacking. They're going to have a hard time killing a Memnite that's an 11/11. Your move, opponent. Love it. Okay, so what do we have against Burn? We have Purge. We have Path. I think that's basically it. Definitely want the Purge. We take out one of the Platings, one of the Memnites. Actually, yeah. If we bring in some of the grid, I don't want 3, but if we bring in some number of grid, that could stop them from a crucial lightning bolt. Oh, we're definitely trying to race. So yeah, I like keeping the Purge. I'm not sure if I need to keep the Path. Probably should at least keep one. The creatures in Burn do quite a bit of damage, so if I'm able to get rid of a Goblin Guide early, that could save my bacon. Take back the Steelshaper's gift. Get rid of one of the mystics. I don't want to load up on Defense Grid. It's not going to be as good as it would be against Uro. But, like I was saying, if we can stop them from lightning bolting our Puresteel Paladin before we can get a hammer onto it, that's great. Okay. So we have Sigarda's Aid, we have Hammer, we're missing land, but I'm going to keep this. There's the Goblin Guide. Oops, that's the wrong button. Oh, we're drawing Hammer? We are so lucky. Okay, so I am not playing Memnite this turn because I don't want Memnite to die to their lightning bolt before I can get a hammer on it. I'll put the hammer on the Memnite like in response to something they do. Rift Bolt coming up. And we get another Mishra's Bauble. Really would like a land, but it's not entirely necessary right now. Land, please. No luck. Paradise Mantle. Not quite a land. They are tapped out, though, so we can get the Memnite out and put the hammer on it immediately. They'll have no way to interact. And they're drawing an Eidolon. Eidolon is pretty good against our deck. If we draw land, though, we can go get Spear, and that'll be GG. I mean, they could have Path. They could have Path, they could have Shattering Spree. Or what's the card that is more likely for Burn to play? No, I think it is Shattering Spree, right? The one that does 2 mana, 3 damage? Alright, land on top, please. Okay, that's fine too. We don't need the land if we just draw the Spear. Not with only 1 mana available, but Deflecting Palm is a fantastic magic card for Burn to be playing right now. Okay, that was a quick one. Okay, so we have Hammer and Baubles and really nothing else. Okay, cool, cool. I think that it's important to step out of your comfort zone every once in a while in Magic, so you have a better understanding of the meta in general and how different decks play. This is one of the things that I really appreciate about renting, is that I'm able to get a lot of experience fairly quickly. Okay, I want to mull this. I'm not very impressed with it. This is way better. We're keeping this. We are 2-1. Think I probably get rid of one of the Nexus. We have turn 1, Memnite Sigarda's Aid. Turn 2, Steelshaper's Gift, put a hammer on it. Yep. 2-3. We're going to get there. Okay, opponent is playing Steam Vent's Serum Visions. Probably Storm. So against Storm, we have Tormod's Crypt. And maybe we bring in... No, we wouldn't want to bring in Purge. We might bring in Path for the Stormlords. But this is just speculation off of Steam Vent's Serum Visions. We don't know what we're playing against for sure. Oh, they have a Force of Negation for our Sigarda's aid? Big play from the opponent. They are down to 3 cards in hand now, though. We have a Puresteel Paladin, so once we get to double white... Oh, Flagstones. Okay, that changes everything. We just draw Hammer off the top, of course. But we don't have any way to equip it. Puresteel Paladin requires some colored mana. You're going to buy D&T this afternoon. Good choice. Dr. Stacks, you bought your deck? Sweet. What am I going to do here? That is an option. We already have the hammer. We can get the mantle, equip the mantle, and then maybe play Puresteel next turn. I'm seeing a lot of Gift for Mantle. Yeah, take 1. Send a message, Memnite. Your days are numbered. Woodward. Ooh. Okay, so our Inkmoth Nexus no longer attacks. And that means that they're playing the Jeskai Lotus Field deck. Ornithopter. Okay. So we got a bunch of mana. Force of Negation. Yeah, well, just watch out for when it gets reprinted, right? Because, yeah, I heard that card is expensive. Let's draw a card. Get another Inkmoth Nexus. Equip to the Memnite and attack. And once we're done attacking, we will equip the hammer to the Ornithopter. So let's see here. If they're playing Blood Sun, Lotus Field, Teferi. Probably want Defense Grid. Maybe Purge, so we can purge a Sun. But I think that would be the only target, so maybe it's not good enough. Another Puresteel Paladin. Okay. We probably just attack with Hammer here, and then maybe put Lurrus in hand. How much mana do we have? We don't have anything to get out of the graveyard, though, with Lurrus. Gotta do something, Woodward. Okay, they got the path. But they had to path an Ornithopter, so that's fine. Put that on the Memnite, again, because it's a low priority target. And I think we'll just pass here. Don't really have much else we can do. Needle for the Sharknado. So Needle stops cycling? That's cool. Okay, so we can Stoneforge, go get another hammer. They do have a lot of mana here. They could, like, Cryptic Command or something. Maybe we're supposed to go to combat first and then see what happens. Snapcaster Mage would be really good for the opponent here. Probably should have thought of that first and not attacked with Puresteel. Oh, it's just Settle the Wreckage. Okay. Settle is gross. So how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could play Stoneforge and Puresteel. Go get Swiftfoot Boots. Okay, going to switch my equipment around. We only have access to 1 mana here, so we're going to have to pass. It would have been nice to be able to put out the Swiftfoot Boots this turn when opponent only had 1 mana up. But we were just missing on mana. Okay, they're passing. Okay. So if we just play Swiftfoot Boots into Cryptic Command here, that's bad. We could just attack with Ornithopter. We have the Stoneforge Mystic. What am I thinking? I don't need to worry about counterspells. This is their opportunity to do something. Okay. Now they could absolutely still have another Settle the Wreckage. Looks like maybe Cryptic Command here. Yep. Tap our creature. Draw a card. And unfortunately, Inkmoth Nexus can't be activated. Yep. We can put Lurrus out, but there doesn't seem to be too much value in it. We don't get anything out of the graveyard here, and it just exposes Lurrus to a potential sweeper. I think I just pass. Maybe I put the Swiftfoot Boots onto the Puresteel Paladin to protect it. Okay, and now that it has the boots, I can put the hammer on it. Okay, they have enough mana now for a Snap Settle. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're moving the equipment back over to the Ornithopter. Six mana. Shark Typhoon. Okay, so they're making a blocker. And again, I don't want to cast the Lurrus into a potential sweeper, so we're just going to pass the turn here. I'm going to put the boots onto the Paladin so we don't lose the Paladin. Oh, shit! Oh, that was a punt. I guess we have a reason to play Lurrus now. Yeah, it had the Ornithopter had damage left on it from the Shark Typhoon. Oops. Alright, so I definitely want to bring in the defense grid, no question about that. Also bringing in the Pithing Needles for Teferi and Sharknado. We could bring in the Purge for the Blood Sun, but I don't think that's worthwhile. Might be wrong, but don't really like bringing that in for just the one card. This hand is very mediocre. I'm not a big fan. Too many lands. No way to equip the hammer. Let's mulligan. Find a better 6. This one looks great, right? We have everything. Let's keep this. Probably get rid of one of the Puresteel Paladins. Okay, so we're both keeping at 6. Opponent starts with Spire Bluff Canal. What do they have on top? Flagstones. Alright, so we could play the Ornithopter this turn. That leaves it open to Lightning Bolt, which I'm not a huge fan of. But if we don't play it this turn, then it's not going to be attacking next turn. Okay, no Lightning Bolt. Ooh, we get Paradise Mantle. That's not bad. That means we could actually play Paradise Mantle into Puresteel Paladin into Colossus Hammer. 5 cards left in hand. And it looks like they're passing here. Alright, let's see if we can get a hammer onto the Ornithopter. I totally understand that you would have sequenced that differently. There were quite a few options. One of our options was to attack with the Ornithopter. I was thinking about getting value with Puresteel Paladin, which is my way. Ooh, they have Snappy, so they can just go ahead and block the Puresteel, but that means they're going to be taking 10. It would also be quite risky to make that block, because they could just die to the Ornithopter. So yeah, they're leaving the Puresteel Paladin around. This is pretty good for us. I think we just put Lurrus in hand and call it a turn. They have flagstones on top. Probably should have played the Inkmoth. Could we have played the Inkmoth that turn? Uh-oh. Yeah, that would have been really good. Okay, your life total can't change, but they can still die to Infect, right? And it's not like they can attack us. Get some boots. Yeah, let's put the boots on the Paladin, make sure we get to keep that around. Another Mishra's Bauble, let's cast that, why not? Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Okay. Don't think we have anything else to do, so I guess we pass. No point in attacking. Not with these creatures. Okay. So it looks like they're going to Teferi. Can Teferi tuck lands? I mean, the Inkmoth Nexus just came into play, right? Hexproof and haste? Give the Inkmoth Nexus haste? Don't know if we had enough mana for that, but we might have, actually. We had 2 extra manas here. And we could have given the Stoneforge Mystic haste, which is another extra mana. So maybe we did miss lethal. Okay, so they have 2 mana. If we activate Inkmoth Nexus, we put Swiftfoot Boots onto it, and then they try and kill it, we put the hammer onto it, and we're going to be fine. Oh, shoot, you're right. Yep. All lands lose all abilities. We can't infect them. I think we actually lose then. Shoot. Yeah, we don't have the Purge. We don't have the Path. We don't have the Disenchant. We are actually dead. Oh, that's rough. Okay, so we're bringing in a pair of Disenchants. I blame myself. Alright, well, we got the play this time. We have one land. No way to put the hammers onto anything. Let's mull. Okay, this is barely keepable. What do we get rid of here? Probably the Memnite? Maybe one of the Baubles. Probably get rid of a Bauble. Play Memnite, go get Hammer, and then hope that we can put down the Puresteel next turn, otherwise play Inkmoth Nexus. No Purge. Disenchant has at least twice as many hits. Steam Vents on top for the opponent. Let's go get Hammer. Ornithopter off the top. And opponent has Serum Visions. So we're going to be able to do stuff on our turn depending on what we draw. We might be looking to put the hammer onto the board so that we can equip it as soon as we put the Puresteel Paladin into play. Mishra's Bauble. Okay, so unfortunately no planes. Let's take a look at what's on top of their deck. Blood Sun. Brilliant. I guess we'll just play Colossus Hammer and pass. Just looking for that white mana for the Puresteel Paladin, and we're good to go. Another Bauble off the Bauble. That's the triple Bauble. And a Memnite. Unfortunate. Don't know that I feel like attacking with my Inkmoth Nexus here. I don't really want to lose the land, but I think we're going to be basically losing the land next turn anyway. We know they have a Blood Sun. Oh, and a Lotus field too? Okay, here's the Blood Sun. So our Inkmoth Nexus is not so good no more. Pithing Needle. A little bit late on that. Sorry, Pithing Needle is not what we were looking for at all, rather. But I think we probably just cast the Pithing Needle, say, Teferi. Big one is the Hero of Dominaria, right? $72 cards, damn. Okay, yeah, that is the one. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Paradise Mantle will be an interesting draw. No counter on the Mantle. This is the card they want to counter, really. Oh, and they have it. Okay. Unfortunate. I mean, they do have 7 cards in hand, so the odds of them having it are pretty high. Alright, we're heading into the tail end of turn 5 here. Opponent has 2 Lotus Fields on the board. 2 bribery. Wow. Isn't that a blue card? Oh, you mean for your deck? I mean, that definitely seems pretty fun if you're going to take an opponent's Emrakul or their Platinum Aperion or whatever. Okay, here's the Madcap. This is why we brought in the Disenchant. Oh, well, that makes more sense anyway. For the Titan matchup, you get the Enter the Battlefield trigger, bunch of value out of it. But I mean, taking a Platinum Aperion would be pretty great too, right? Oh, you're probably right. Opponent has 6 cards and infinite mana. I'm pretty sure this is garbage time. Oops, cancel that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So we don't have enough to defense grid and Lurrus. That's what I was really looking for. Alright, we're conceding this one. No lands. Okay, we can keep this. I think we get rid of Shadowspear. Could have also gotten rid of Puresteel Paladin. That might have been the better line, actually, to get rid of the Paladin. The spear, we would have just thrown it onto the Ornithopter turn 3. Yeah, looks like it. Well, they named white, though. So this is probably Heliod combo. Definitely Heliod combo. They usually play 2 of in the main. Okay, they're going for the Ornithopter. I think I might have gone for the Sigarda's Aid myself. Let's play Inkmoth Nexus and try and win next turn. Fingers crossed, no Walking Ballista. Okay, I think we win. Oh, I'm gonna block the heck out of that. How about that? Okay, so we bring in Pithing Needle and Path. Oh no! Oh, I haven't seen that yet. It's been a long time since I've seen the oh, what is that force even called? I used to play it in Hogak. Yeah, that's the one, Force of Vigor. I seen it not too long ago, actually. I got blown out by it at some point. I might have been playing Death and Taxes. I think they just killed 2 of my equipments. I kind of want to keep the Shadowspear just for the trample. Opponent does play a lot of creatures. And for that reason, I also want to take out some number of Memnite. Memnite is just going to be way worse than a lot of my other options. It dies to a single counter off a Walking Ballista, and everything the opponent has blocks it. Okay. So we have Ornithopter, Colossus Hammer, Puresteel Paladin. This is a keep, and it looks like we should be able to suit up the Ornithopter on turn 2. So yeah, we're doing okay. Opponent has one of their best starts for a basic force into Arbor Elf. Now remember, do not crack the Bauble, Cooper. Do not crack the Bauble. Okay, they don't have the best start. Spike Feeder is good, though. They could beat us next turn. We don't straight up lose to infinite life, though. Paradise Mantle is interesting. Lets us draw a card. Let's start by equipping the Ornithopter. Okay, now we'll play Paradise Mantle, draw a card. Get another hammer. Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot cast the hammer right now. We could, but that means we wouldn't be attacking with Ornithopter. So let's attack. And we can also crack the Mishra's Bauble now. Yeah, they're not going to block. Ranger Captain on top for them. And we draw Path. Might be a little bit late on that path. Nope. Opponent concedes. They didn't find what they were looking for. Some of those matches go really, really quick when you're playing Hammer Time.